Awesome. Yeah. Very exciting. How's your dad doing? Yeah. Their sibling the other night. She didn't seem to know anything or something. I guess. That's good. Supposedly not bad. I mean, I'm just waiting for them to say okay, and we're supposed to be booking airfare to fly down Sunday. And hang out today on Monday. No, we're planning on, well, I don't know if we're flying up or we're driving up. It sounds like maybe wants to fly, but then doesn't want to fly. They have me. Yeah, there's someone out there. All right, we're going to restart this. So let's go. All right, everything's good. I'll let you know.
All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's Paul V. Moore Symphonic Band Concert. I am Tom Sweeney, the executive principal here at Paul V. Moore, and I'd just like to start by giving some messages of appreciation. First off, thank you to Mr. Miller for your hard work, dedication, and support of our students. And thank you to, yes, absolutely. Thank you to our Board of Education for supporting our programs like the Symphonic Band you're about to see. And thank you to each and every one of you, all of our families, for your tremendous support always. I know how much time and dedication goes into it, and your support truly, truly is appreciated. So thank each and every one of you. Just a couple reminders before we get started. In case of an emergency, there are exits on both sides and the back of the auditorium. And to keep the auditorium looking like new, we ask that there's no food or drink in the auditorium except for bottled water. And if you need to leave during the concert at any point, please do so in between songs or performances. Finally, please silence your phone and refrain from flash photography or video recording due to copyright laws. And we ask that there's nothing in the aisles because of students and actually all of you making your way through the aisles. And finally, tonight's performance is being live streamed. You can find it on the CSSD Performing Arts YouTube channel. So with that being said, enjoy the show.
Before we get into that and everything, I just want to give a rundown as how this concert's going to go and everything. So, first off, I just want to say thank you for being here and everything, and thank you for your constant support over the year, and even just throughout their lives as they progress through middle school, elementary school, on their instruments and everything. And I know we've been through a whole year together. This is our final performance with this exact group of students, and I want to make it a great one. And so with that, I want Christian Espinosa to come up to introduce our next piece.
Good evening. My name is Christian, and I'm excited to be introducing our first piece, Critical Mass by Todd Stalter. Critical mass is a scientific term that refers to the smallest amount of fissile material needed to sustain a nuclear chain reaction. The work begins with an explosion of sound that launches forward through small, ever-growing melodic fragments that expand outward and upward. We hope you enjoy.
is Hunter Butera, and our next piece is titled Evergreen Escapades by Adrian B. Sims. Adrian B. Sims, born in Seattle, Washington, is an emerging composer, conductor, educator, and trombonist. As a native of the Seattle area, Evergreen Escapades explores the terrain and weather conditions of the Pacific Northwest, beginning with a cold, fog-covered morning, concealing the beauty of the surrounding landscapes. As the sun continues to rise, the fog fades and the gloomy rain source takes its place while we traverse through the evergreens. We hope you enjoy.
just to give them a little break. Oh, that's on. Just to give them a little break before our next piece, Sorry Heavens. I just want to recognize some of the students for some of the extracurricular activities that they do outside of symphonic band. So I ask you all to please just hold your applause until I recognize every single group that's gone throughout the year. And for those who are in the ensemble, If I call your ensemble that you've been involved with, I just ask you to please stand, wave, and then sit right back down. So the first thing I want to start off with is for those who did field band this last season, if you could stand up, please. One thing about the field band this year is they ranked 5th out of 9 in their small school 1 division of New York, and they also won the U.S. Bands Regional down in Annapolis, Maryland. So it was an amazing year for them. Thank you, sit on down. And then our indoor percussion ensemble, both middle and Paul V. Moore, if they could stand up, the middle school ensemble ranked 1st in their class in New York State, and Paul V. Moore ranked 3rd out of 12 and medaled for the first time in, since, I believe, 2019, 2021, I think, yes. Yeah, thank you, Lexi. But yeah, so a great year for the indoor drumline as well, and also some record-hitting numbers right now. I believe we had in each ensemble 30 plus. It was one of the largest groups in New York State, which is just amazing to think about, just having this many kids involved. Thank you, sit on down. And in indoor guard, if you could stand on up, please. Indoor guard ranked 2nd out of 3, went to Dayton and has been going to Dayton and has been making a great impact on our program with just how they do with their JV program, which I know their JV that also had an amazing season as well, ranking, I believe, 2nd out of, was it 5 or 3? Oh, okay. But anyways, our color guard also has an amazing program going over, so thank you very much for that. And our jazz band, if you were in our jazz band, if you could please stand up. Our jazz band went to Hershey Park this last month and received a superior rating, which is the highest rating they can receive at this competition, and also earned the best overall jazz ensemble for the competition. So great for them. If you could guys sit down, please. And our musical folks, whether they are in the cast, pit, or crew, if they can stand on up as well. They had an amazing production of Les Mis, which I was so happy to be a part of in the pit. It was amazing seeing them put this thing together, and my gosh, our vocal program, I mean, I know this is a band concert, but it's amazing to have such an amazing vocal program here, so I just want to make sure I gave them the recognition as well. And if they want to sit down as well, and I know a few of them are going to stand back up anyways, because parade band is next for those who have done parade band. I know we just got done with our parades for this Memorial Day weekend, and I know a few of our middle schoolers, who I don't think there are any in this room, are going to be going to Seabreeze, or sorry, our high schoolers, they went to Seabreeze last weekend, and this weekend is Darien Lake for those people. So here our high schoolers will also participate in parade band. Thank you all, you can sit down. And yes, that round of applause can start right now for all these amazing individuals. Yeah. So, the one thing I think is just so amazing about this district and being here is just how many students do things year-round when it comes to our music program and just representing us in the best way possible, showcasing their talents. And so I just want to make sure that we're aware of just how much they do. And I'm, like, as I said, I'm entirely grateful to be able to be around these musicians every other day during the school day. So it's been an amazing year. It's been an awesome time to be in Central Square. I gotta say, I've always loved being with this program. So I want to thank you all very much for having us here once again, and I will have our next student introduce Starry Heavens.
Hello, my name is Kaylin. Our next piece is titled Starry Heavens by Naoya Wada. It features a catchy, driving opening and closing theme contrasted by a gorgeous, sweeping lyrical B section. The composition highlights the composer's characteristic counter melodies and rich scoring craftsmanship. This piece holds a lot of challenges throughout with changing key signatures and thick rhythm textures. We hope you enjoy.
All right, and now one thing I want to do before we head into our next piece and introduce us to our fourth piece is I have a few things here for some of our juniors and seniors. For our juniors, which if you guys could just stand up, Nevaeh Lewis and Noah Mockman, if you guys could stand up and just give a crowd a wave. These are our juniors. And for our juniors, I have these lyres right here that we like to give them, that we usually give our music students who keep going this far. So thank you guys very much for being here. And for Bailey Walker, our senior, who's right up front right here, we'll be introducing our final piece and we'll have a solo as well. We have this nice little plaque right here, which I will give you guys afterwards and everything, so just to save time and everything. But either way, just give these guys a hand and everything, so.
Good evening. We hope you're enjoying our concert so far. My name's Bailey Walker, and I want to say one thing before I do introduce the piece. This is my senior year, and I have been fortunate enough to be stuck with this band and not wind ensemble due to scheduling things, but I could not be happier with the band that I was with and the kids who I got to see grow up through the year. Sorry. And I've had the honor to work with wind ensemble, but I am very thankful for my music teachers and how they helped me and continued to push me through the path of music that I did. Now, this next piece, which is a favorite of mine, and I got the honor to play 2 years in a row now, is definitely a slight change in tone. It's called Stay. The piece is intended to be an anthem of hope, love, and understanding for those who find it challenging to go on in the face of adversity, and for those who sometimes feel that the weight of the world is too much to bear. This piece carries a paraphrase of that message at the top of the score on all the parts that says, "Hey, you, the one playing this, the world is better with you in it." This piece serves as an introduction to openly discuss and acknowledge those who struggle with mental health issues and to ease a sense of isolation that may be felt from those who may suffer from depression or other disorders, and make sure everyone knows you're not alone in this battle, and instead guide those who need to receive the help and tools led to have happy and successful lives. The world is a better place with you in it. We hope you enjoy.
Good morning. As we wrap up this concert with our final two pieces, I would like to once again thank you all for being able to attend our performance, as well as show your support through the year. Our next piece has been a favorite of ours by the composer Robert W. Smith, titled Crush. This piece can be described as a flurry of musical excitement and energy, driving rhythmic interplay with soaring melodic lines merging in contemporary fashion, creating a musical, exciting experience. For anyone listening, we hope you enjoy.
for our last piece and everything. I know I've been sounding like a broken record and everything, but I just want to say appreciate y'all really so much for being out here tonight and everything. I know there's a lot going on around this time. I know it's a busy time as we wrap up the year and head into summer. But as I said, it's just amazing to see everyone's face in here and have such a supportive community behind us. So just want to say once again, thank you very much for everything y'all do. And here's Alex Benton for our last piece of the evening.
Hello, my name is Alex. Our final piece for this evening is titled Cartoon Carnival by Jack Bullock. This excited march is decorated with a variety of tunes and songs from different cartoons from the good old days. As you listen, be sure to see which pieces you can recognize as we perform through the Cartoon Carnival. There will be a slew of goofy squawks, funny horns, silly things throughout this performance, and we hope you enjoy it. Sorry for the corniness.
wanted to add something funny since it was Cartoon Carnival and all zany and everything like that. But anyways, you guys can sit down a little bit. So before, I just realized I need to give a quick thanks to some of our friends who helped us out this evening. We have Marilyn Poole right over here on the saxophone, who's here to play with us this evening, and our senior Eli Connor on the French horn. Yes, very shiny. But anyways, once again, that wraps up our concert for the evening, and that wraps up Symphonic Band for 2025 and 2026. So thank you all very much for your support throughout the year. I hope you all have an amazing summer, and hopefully you stop by for Field Band when that starts back up later in the summer. So thank you all very much. Have a good rest of your day.